Now moving on, in Atlanta, robotic dogs are taking over night security duties at several apartment complexes. Human operators watch live camera feeds, speak to residents through the robots and monitor the property. The robot dogs patrol parking lots and common areas, helping detect crime and boost security. We leave you with these images. Keep watching Beyond World is One for more news and updates.
There you got.
All right, Shalom. I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Rakah, Quadash, double honors to apostles of GMS, and sincere Shalom to the brothers out here pushing this truth and sincerity. Now, I've talked about this, and I'm pretty sure various other brothers have talked about this. Actually, even the elder mentions it. That about how, well, actually, we in general in the faith always talks about this, even for a while now. And it was like, don't be surprised when robots start taking over your job. Now, I show clips and clips again where Japan, the most advanced out of all the world, as far as in technology wise, was already ahead of everybody to begin with. Since a lot, some of their jobs, or I think maybe half their jobs, if I think it's last I think I saw is like 43%, but that was like a couple years ago. But a lot of their jobs is now using machines, specifically like McDonald's or residential type stuff. Britain or England has a robot called a Mika, which is a robot which is used in airports. That was a while ago, so I don't know what they have now. Now this is in Atlanta in US. They have now robot guard dogs working as security for residential. Now, with all now, so you have to understand that a lot of these things when they introduce, it starts small, then they work their way up to the bigger things. So people don't really question it as much. So this is Psalms 55 and 21. It says, "The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords." To understand the weight of how this sounds is when something happens and they want to blame it on the person and get rid of them so they can bring in something as quote unquote called efficient and explain all the good things to make it sound really good to captivate people. It's the same way as TVs or prime example TVs. Back then you didn't really have remotes. You had to get up and turn the nozzle yourself. Now people got remotes. You can even turn your TV from your phone now, as far as I'm seeing. You can watch TV on your phone. You see the convenience? You see how it sounds really good. But the one thing people don't tend to take into accountability is technology is flawed. There's always a problem with something. Now, as this progress, you're gonna start seeing this in hospitals, fast food, or even at your local jobs, especially ones that had to deal with high rises, to the point a lot of your jobs are gone or taken over. And that what that does is put people in a bind. They'll think it looks nice for now until it affects everything in your life that goes upside down. And people will not actually see it until it actually happens. They'll complain about it, but then when it really boils down to it, it's already too late. This was just going to be a short video, but this is Jeremiah 51 and 58. It says, "Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the broad walls of Babylon shall be utterly broken, and our high gates shall be burnt with fire, and the people shall labor in vain, and the folk in the fire, and the folk in the fire, and they shall be weary." So for a lot of people that bust their ass working as far as they go, and then just to be told they're being laid off to introduce some type of robots, well, you didn't basically, well, I can't even say you did it in vain because people got to survive. What you going to do when you actually have no job for that? Now, that's not to say that all jobs are going to be gone, but their whole the whole point is to make sure that this place collapse. That's what they want. So careers that seem profitable, well, it is profitable, is going to turn into a whole wage war of trying to find something that's scarce. So you might see these in grocery stores at checkouts. Because at first it might just seem like it's handy. You could talk to the robot and point you to the right aisle. That's how it starts off. Until they start taking over as cashiers, and then everything's electronic. What do you think is going to happen when they implement that chip? That is also electronic. There's no need for a lot of workers. And I did a video on that about a couple months ago, where the more as because there was a video I was doing that showing high productions of these and what they was going to be used for. So you can only imagine the looks on these people's faces when they're told they're out of the job, and then you come back next week and you see what replaced you. People talk about all this freedom or all this right stuff, but when it comes down to surviving for the stuff of it, or at least not even surviving really, when it comes to having your faith into this place, that's where it misguides you. And that's not to say that hasn't happened to me, to pretty much everybody. That's why we come into this truth knowing that we were misguided, falling for certain stuff. Even some of us, even including myself, still falls towards some stuff to this day. But to actually fall prey and actually believe that something's secure in your life doesn't equate or doesn't actually make reality, because nothing is secure in this place. If your relationships ain't secure and your jobs ain't secure, what else is secure in this place? So that's pretty much all I wanted to go into, just to really show that this is just one start, to show you that's going to escalate even more. And we'll see how much you people cry, or at least all these people outside cry, about how there's no jobs and such and stuff. So, little one, this was a little edifying with that. Shalom.